I watched a video a couple of weeks ago that I'd already seen before. Nile Rodgers talking about the making of the song "Let's Dance," and I won't show the video, right? But he's got his it's like a Fender video, right? And he's Nile Rodgers talking about, oh, this is a guitar he used or something like that, right? And he's just kind of talking through it. So David came to me and he's saying, right, so I've got this idea for a song, and see when he's doing it would be better if I just played it, but I'm not going to fucking go on it. It's this acoustic fucking. It would just sound like this. Down, 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 down. The chords hardly sounded like it. It certainly didn't sound like down, 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 down. It wasn't that. It just sounded like a folk sort of thing. Like David Bowie gave me kind of demo or whatever. Came in, did that, and then sort of left it with him somehow. And then in this video now, Rogers talks about, right, so I just kind of thought, well, just sort of changed it up to that, and changed that to a 7th there and that 11th there, and then thought, well, kind of likes jazz, so I'm going to change that to there and go to that. I thought it'd be better to kind of go down the good, down the good, down the good, and I thought, no, maybe just strip it back, and then I changed it to that, and I changed it to that, then I changed it to that, and I changed it to that, and then I just stripped it back to did, until you get that did. It sounds fuck all like this idea that David Bowie came to him with. And it made me think, and I've thought this before, about like Pet Shop Boys and these other ones you don't quite know how they write stuff. I'm like, what? If he can go to Nile Rodgers and go, aye, so here's what I've got, and it kind of sounds fuck all like the... what we know as Let's Dance. What's he fucking do then? Writes the words, melody, and all the rest of it, but it's such a big fucking part. The song, and so what was I reading recently? West End Girls by Pet Shop Boys, which I really like, and I like the Pet Shop Boys, and it was an article with wee bits of interviews with the Pet Shop Boys and some other people, and Pet Shop Boys are saying, "I so we met up with this guy in New York. We had a kind of all I read was Neil Tennant for the Pet Shop Boys saying, so we said to this guy who made electronic music in a kind of early 80s in New York or something like that. We went to this guy, Benny something maybe, or Bobby something, Bobby O or something. And we went to him because he was known for that, right? And said something like, Neil Tennant says, I thought it would be good to do a kind of rap over this music. And I'm like, he says like this producer guy sort of made, like, so gave him this bit of music or something like that. And I'm like, did you just say that you didn't write the music? I was reading it like, did you give like chords or something to this producer in New York? And then he came back to you with the music. Some earlier kind of more electronic sounding version of West End Girls. Did you give a demo version to this New York producer and then he made it sort of better? No, it doesn't sound like West End Girls that you know. So a kind of early demo version. Early kind of release. And then he made that, or did the producer just make the fucking music? And you just did this rapping thing at it? What did you do? Did you just make that music or no? Anyway, I read on, in this first early release of West End Girls, that Disney really sound exactly like the one that got to number one. That didn't get anywhere. So then they came back and worked with who was it? Flood or kind of what producer was that? No, a lot of you don't give a fuck about this. So it's the kind of producer that, was it Flood or, I'll get on with the game in a second. West End Girls. Producer Bobby Orlando. Well, that's no quite right. That's the first version. That's that Bobby Orlando. That's not true. He's a kind of high energy guy. This one, Stephen Hague, if that's how you say his name. Him. Was he American, Stephen Hague? Right. So his name. And the whole fucking thing is, when I was reading this article, I saw interviews with Stephen Hague, or a guy that worked with Stephen Hague, saying, so we decided to use this synth and that synth, and Neil and Chris for Pet Shop Boys, they were sort of away, so we just worked on it and worked on the chords and changed the chords at the start and used this synth and that synth and decided it'd be better to use this sound. I then went out into the street and recorded like London, like the walking about, you know, that bit at the beginning. This is not Neil Tennant and Chris Lowe for the Pet Shop Boys, it's the producer. You know, that fucking, the whole, and like using, layering the synths for the bass line and deciding that the bass line should be more like this, and deciding like the wee solo that sounds like somebody playing the trumpet. It was actually a synth, and they took fucking ages to get it right, get it sounding just like an actual trumpet. But no Neil and Chris, they were away doing something else. This is a producer just working. Okay, but this is how it always works. No, I'm coming for a fucking Prince mentality of the cunt, just like Prince, like telling the engineer, right, start recording, does the drums all by himself for the whole song, beginning to end. Stop, right, does the bass for the whole song all by himself, right, goes back to the beginning, does the fucking rhythm guitar or something for the whole thing, and then the fucking solo for the whole thing, and all the other fucking stuff, the synths for the whole thing, all by himself. So when I hear, that's what I was used to hearing and reading about with Prince, other than when he worked with like band members, does the whole fucking thing, everything, by himself. So when I hear about, when I see the Pet Shop Boys when I'm younger and I like them, I like that song, I just got it into my head that these cunts make the fucking music. And the producer saying that I saw, what was it, the producer that fucking said it? Hold on. Right, listen. If you can wait 10 minutes for this to load. Just want to grab yourself a cup of tea. Quick wank. Hey, hold on, listen. You hear that there? It goes da 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 da. You hear that? It's like a voice kind of in your left ear. Did you hear it? West End Girls making of. Right. And this is the article that I read here, right? I know that a lot of you don't give a fuck about this songwriting. So this is the original. Not the one that. Call of police as a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, dead end world. Wham. It was quite interesting to me. He went, the producer, or I see that wee bit at the beginning. What was it? The producer that did it. Producer Haig walked to mean streets around London's Advision studio, harvesting whatever the night would throw at him. So it's the producer who went out with a kind of wee tape recorder thing and recorded all that stuff. And you hear that voice. I didn't. I thought it was like somebody said selling newspaper. I thought it was just somebody selling fucking cockles and whelks or something. Going a bingo caller or something. Their studio was at the same studio or next to the studio of that Wham were using, and there was all these Wham fans outside, and so anybody walking in or out of the studio would have to walk past all these Wham fans. And as he walked past one of the lassies, she went, "Get on the microphone forever." As if they thought, oh, that they're going to be famous or something like that. I don't know. I was like, is that what she's saying? And here's somebody who actually has the original recording. Oh, they've isolated it. And then she says like forever at the end. If you just want to grab a wee cup of coffee, cup of tea. And that girl's name, Theresa May, says Davy. Mad, isn't it? I just... And that's a true story. True story. I just had it in my fucking head. I like the Pet Shop Boys. I like Neil Tennant, Chris Lowe, and their whole way. I just had it in my head that would be like them. Being dead creative. That would be maybe like Chris Lowe, the keyboard player in the background, going about and making things. But no. And it makes me wonder about all this stuff about when people make stuff. I'm like, did you make it though?